Two WNBA player props here on PrizePicks for Thursday, August 10th. Before I get started, there's a link in the description. You can sign up for PrizePicks there, or you can use promo code TUFF for a 100% deposit match. There's also a WAP link in the description for the premium Discord, you guys. I posted a community post on YouTube yesterday, just kind of some results, how we've been doing, specifically on the MLB plays and some WNBA plays over on the premium Discord. Again, $9.30 per month. Again, probably one of the cheaper premium Discords around. We have multiple other cappers as well that post their plays. In other sports, we got tennis, Call of Duty, League of Legends, and things like that. So go ahead and check out the WAP link in the description below. Join the premium Discord, you guys. We're eating over there. But I got two plays here for this WNBA slate today. We got MLB slate super weird today, so I'm making a WNBA video. We got 3 games here on the WNBA slate. Again, not a financial advisor, not gambling expert. These are simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to then make your own player prop decisions here. But yeah, let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's just get right into it. So the first play is going to be a PRA prop. It's going to be Alicia Gray. Both of these plays are going to be first half plays, by the way. This first is going to be Alicia Gray over 12.5 PRA against the Seattle Storm. We take a look at Alicia Gray. She's over this line in 4 of her last 5 games, with 1 miss coming against an extremely tough matchup against Las Vegas. But specifically Alicia Gray, right? We take a look at this matchup. It's going to be a road game for Atlanta. And Alicia Gray, actually, her numbers kind of go up a little bit more on the road. We take a look at Alicia Gray on the road this season. She averages more rebounds and more assists on the road compared to, 0.2 less points on the road. She plays a little bit more minutes as well. And then also takes a little bit more field goal attempts. So she probably is just being told by the coach or herself to be a little bit more aggressive offensively when she does play on the road and when the Atlanta Dream are on the road. But I just love this matchup against the Seattle Storm. So against guards this season, just in general, this is the entire season, the Seattle Storm, 3rd most points to guards, the 3rd most assists to guards, as well as the 3rd most rebounds to guards. We take a look at opponent 3-point attempts. Seattle Storm, 5th most 3-point attempts, which Alicia Gray doesn't take a ton of 3-point attempts. Opponent field goal percentage, the Seattle Storm, the 2nd highest opponent field goal percentage to guards, as well as the 4th most field goal attempts to guards as well. We take a look at Alicia Gray. She's faced the Seattle Storm earlier this season. I believe this was a home game. Let me see. Home game for Alicia Gray. She faced the Seattle Storm earlier this season, and that was at home. So she faced them at home, and in that game, she had, she played 17.8 minutes in the first half, finished with 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. So 17 PRA is what she finished with earlier this season versus Seattle. And now her line is just set at 12.5. It's been pretty much a wagon. We take a look at Alicia Gray over her last 4 road games. Her last 4 road games, she's been averaging 11.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. So we're looking at, she's pretty much averaging close to 15, almost 16 PRA over her last 4 road games. We get this line at 12.5. If you've been in the premium Discord, this has kind of been a mini wagon for us here. I'm taking the over on this one. The Seattle just hasn't been able to stop guards really all season long. So this is going to be the first play, Alicia Gray over 12.5 PRA. The second play is going to be a first half play. It's going to be another fantasy score, or it's going to be a fantasy score. It'd be Aaliyah Boston over 16.5. So take a look at Aaliyah Boston. She's over in 4 of her last 4. Really, if your last 5 better, you really do like to see that. But taking a look at Aaliyah Boston, she plays a little bit better at home, right? She definitely averages more steals, more blocks, more assists, more rebounds. She shoots at a high field goal percentage, and takes about the same amount of field goal attempts. Not shooting a ton of field goal attempts, but she just impacts the game in a variety of ways, especially defensively. That I like this play for Aaliyah Boston. So we'll take a look at the matchup versus the Minnesota Lynx real quickly. Yeah, the Minnesota Lynx, Aaliyah Boston's a center, but offensively she's more like a forward. The Minnesota Lynx, 2nd most points to forwards. This is for the season. 2nd most points to forwards, most assists, 2nd most rebounds, allowing the 2nd most steals, and the most blocks, which is Aaliyah Boston's absolute specialty. So it's an elite matchup. We take a look at Aaliyah Boston. She's actually faced the Minnesota Lynx twice this season. And both those games came on the road, and she's averaging 19.5 first half fantasy points versus the Minnesota Lynx. She's averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 1.5 stocks in the first half. In 2 games, she's averaging 19.5 fantasy points. We know she plays a little bit better at home. She's actually covered this line. If we take a look at her last 4 games, at home in the first half, she's averaging 17.3 fantasy at home over her last 4 games at home in the first half. She's playing around 15 plus minutes in the first half as well, which again, she's pretty strong or pretty high fantasy points per minute player. So she's not going to need more than 15 minutes to cover this line. If she does get those full 15 minutes, I think this should be an easy over, just given the matchup and how forwards have been dominating Minnesota all season long. So here are the 2 YouTube plays for this video. Alicia Gray over 12.5 first half PRA, and then Aaliyah Boston over 16.5 first half fantasy score. Let me know in the comments below, you guys, how you feel about these 2 plays. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button. Check out all the links in the description as well. As always, let's cash.